Hello? Is it working? There we go. Okay. Yo, what's up, guys? Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. So, in today's video, we're just going to continue working on the map. I just want to double check one thing of the stream. I think it should keep the same what's it called? Uh, it should keep the same thumbnail, but I just want to double check that the thumbnail is working. If it's not working, then I need to fix that. So just give me 1 second. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, it works. Okay, just had to double check that real quick. Alrighty. Appreciate it. Thank you, Sensei. I appreciate it. Just saw your comment. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. So yeah, as I said, we're gonna continue with this map, and in between, we'll be switching over to just building a few trenches, some version 2 of the trenches for this map. So first version was these guys over here. The issue that I had with these guys is, well, whoa, I'm zooming around. Issue I had with these guys is you've got this seam that is just so annoying. The other thing is, it's this block, and it gives you geometry that you really don't need. It's very minimal geometry, but it is geometry that you don't need. Sensei says, you're the only reason I went from barely able to get into a server in Arma to building my own games in a year. You helped me a lot. Thank you. I appreciate you, Sensei. I appreciate you a lot, legend. And I'm glad that you can make your own games now. It's fantastic to hear that. It really is. You just need to keep on going with it. And yeah, man, do it. That's fantastic. I'm happy for you. Really. So with the trenches, this was the first version of the trenches. This was the second version of the trenches. It's massive, but this was more of a test. This right here was more of a test to see how much polygons I can pop in without the game crashing. Now this is a big one. This is like 2 mil or something like that polys. It's not game efficient, but it didn't give anybody a frame drop, so I was like, yeah, let's go. It's great. So the version 3 that I'm busy with over here is going to be a lot better. These are shallow trenches, so I've got it over here. So we've got low trenches, then we've got medium-sized trenches, and then high trenches. These guys that are nice and deep, and make CQB in trenches even better and more fun. So yeah, currently what we got here is we've got a 45 coming into a T section. Little nasty corner here that you're gonna have to check. We've got some bunkers, so this guy goes into it. We're gonna sculpt these guys out as well, and then decimate them to get them as low poly as possible. So we're gonna get these guys some poles in here, make it real nice looking. What I also recommend you do is if you ever build something in blender. This will be a firing position. We'll place some in-game sandbags. Is when you build stuff in your Blender, make sure that you go and download yourself PureRef. It's free. It's a free software. And you open it up and you start. Now this is very minimal, but I am collecting references as I go through and just dragging and dropping them in here. So we can clearly see we've got these beams. We've got, you know, roots as well on the side of the trenches. Many roots on the side of the trenches. It goes up. All of these things, you know, we've got in Arma now. Finally, we've got leaves that have fallen down. And we've got a little bit more debris, so we'll just add that on. And yeah, looking forward to creating those and popping them on the workshop for you guys, so that other creators can also use that if they wanted to. So yeah, okay. Anyways, so there was a comment on the previous video. I think it was the previous video or the video prior to that. It was either the live stream or the video where someone asked, how do you, what's your workflow when you try and make a map or a compound? What's the workflow? Now this is for you. If you're watching, if you're going to watch in the future, or for anybody that is that has this question, this is the workflow that I personally follow. So it's just, it might be longer than most people. Most other people don't have the like, they've got their own you know, what's it called, workflows. But this one is mine after quite a few this is how I do it after quite a few hours in this game. So I'm just going to duplicate this over and yeah, slide that right like so. Now it might be silent for a while. That's just me trying to focus. I don't want to babble and talk nonsense. I just want to speak when necessary, or when asked in the chat. So yeah, so I start off with these guys, depending on the street that I'm going for. This one is quite a wide street. On other areas, you might find that I did a little bit of a close-up street, so just the road and nothing else. But what I do definitely like about this area is these trees that are on the side, like these. So what we're going to do is we're just going to try and replicate that over on this side. There we go. That's, press P, and then you find it in the resource browser. And you just start placing them down. Now, when you start placing down trees, right? One thing that you do want to do is you don't want to line them up perfectly, right? That's one thing that you would like to, you should probably avoid, is to line them up perfectly. It just gives that illusion of, you know. Alan, I know, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, but it's you know, you can give me tips, you know, you can give me tips and tricks. You know, I need people on the ground that have eyes on what's going, like how it looks in over there, because I've never been to Ukraine. All I can do is look at, you know, Google Maps and so on and so forth. But yeah, it is kind of crazy what happened, and it's unfortunate. My heart does go out to you guys. So basically, don't want to over exaggerate the you don't want to over exaggerate the movement of the trees, just enough so that it looks real. There we go. Cool. Another thing that you can do is, I personally do, is I'm going to say go into Terrain Tools, Control T, go over to Paint, and I'm going to give this guy Grass 2. Nice and short grass. I'm just going to paint it over, like so. There we go. Painted nicely. So once you've got all the grass painted like so, what I normally do then is start with the dirt. I'm going to do the driveway. Put it on 1. Somehow, dude, somehow 1 is like amazing for like little, you know, textures. And then 2 is like when you hold down your cursor, when you hold down left click, it just turns everything. It's like there's not a lot of difference between 2 and 23. It's just a little bit stronger. It's crazy. I think if they want to fix something, I would say the 2 should be a little less strong, because it's still very, very strong. So that might be a fix soon. Hopefully someone fixes it. But I'll take it on 1. I'll put it on the strength on 1, and I'll just start tapping around. Just tapping around, trying to build in the driveway, like I did on this. Like I did on this side. Just build in the driveway, trying to make each place that you go into not look the same, right? If you do want to make things the same, right, I would highly recommend you to make, let's say, 20 of these individual houses, 20 or 30. It sounds a lot, but it's, you know, it's not a lot when you start moving them around. So, for example, if you start placing these 20 or 30, this copy and paste over here, that prefab copy and paste it over there. It's important for you to, how do I explain? Have, goodness, I'll come back to that. Hold on, my brain is frying at the moment. Okay, so we got Alan says, more than happy to help. I'm using your tutorials to build a map of northern Sativka along the road in Kharkiv. And then there's Ukrainian. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's see. What is this? I can't read Ukrainian. So I'm going to put it into AI and ask it what it says. And then we've got Luke that says, oh, I see. Okay, yes. Glory to Ukraine. 100%. 100%. There we go. And then we've got Luke as well. Would you mind showing me how you go about organizing the hierarchy section? Especially with the object painter, it tends to get really cluttered. Luke, this project, I'm gonna be very honest with you. This project is probably not the best way to show anybody ever, any of my subscribers or viewers, how to structure your hierarchy. However, what I have learned in the past is what you do is you create yourself folders, right? So that is one thing that on the new map, on the Greek map, Greek island map that I'm making, that's in the previous live streams. I was busy on there, but I just want to finish this one first, and then I'll go on with the Greek island map. That one's huge, like enormous, and it's going to take a long time. So on that one, there's beautiful organization, and I try and stick with it. So organization wise, I would highly recommend folders. Within folders, you make relevant to the folder, you make layers. So let's say, for example, you've got town, you've got this town, this town down here, town 1. So that would be folder 1. So folder 1, and then within this folder, you've got the different things that you're going to be placing in there. You're going to have the different layers. You're going to have houses, infrastructure, civilian infrastructure, farm equipment, and so on and so forth. Even splines, forests, roads, and so on. And then when you move on, you close that one down, and then you move on to town 2. Make a new folder, right click, new folder, and you will call that town 2. And then within that, you'll give yourself quite a few more, what's it called? Layers that also go about infrastructure, this, that, houses, and so on and so forth. But with this one, I started off extreme. This was basically my first map that I started ages ago, and yeah, now it's an absolute mess. And trying to organize it, mental situation. It will drive you crazy. So I'm just dealing with it. So yeah. There we go. Okay, so we are on this area now. So nice thing is taking some inspiration from other creators and also some stuff that you previously made. Also, Arma, the base maps are a very good place to start and get some inspiration from as well. So I'm going to use this guy as... Luke, I really hope that helped you out. I really do. If it didn't, just ask me again and I'll try a different approach. Never, ever, ever be afraid to ask again. So we're going to place this guy over here. And I'm going to look at this guy and move him up. Now you see we've got this edge. That just means that these basically don't fit. It needs to be a double one of this. So it won't fit, as you can see. So we need to move this just up just a little bit. Boom, there we go. So we move that up just a little bit, and we're gonna move this to the side. Move that to the side. We can do something in here without making it a copy of this guy. Hmm. Okay, structures. Uh-oh. Walls, wooden, and green. These guys. So we just try and line this up as nicely as we can. There should be a gate somewhere in here. Let's see if we can find a gate. Okie dokie, that's a gate. Yeah, this guy might work. Just try and line it up nicely. Now this might take ages, or a while, but it's definitely more worth it than having, you know, a rushed map, to be honest, which there is many of these days. Rushed maps are unfortunately all over the place. I do try when I make these videos. I always, every single time, and people that watch it will attest to it, that I try to encourage people to spend more time when making your map. There's no timer, there's no rush. Take your time, enjoy the process of, you know, making a map, because it's an enjoyable process. And don't rush to get things done, because that's how you get, for example, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to name and shame a name and shame. But you get pretty rushed maps out there, and as a player, you get used to rushed maps, and when you play on a good map, you're like, damn, I didn't even know that this was possible, you know? Hold on, guys. I'm having a little bit of trouble with the stream. 1 second. Okay, cool. It's back. It's back. I thought I lost you guys there. John, totally. Full trench urban CQB, dude. That is what I'm gonna try and do. I'm trying to make as well presented Ukraine maps as I possibly can. So these guys should give people the ability to, you know, use that overhead shooting and, you know, uh, produce some pretty mayhemic or crazy mayhemic. That's not even a word. Produce some pretty cool clips and videos and so on and so forth. And it'll be on the workshop for you guys. So for any map maker that is making a, you know, a map that needs trenches, it'll be on there for free. And if you want to use it in other software, you can go and get it on either the Patreon or CG Trader. I'll pop it up on there as well. But yeah, anyways, we'll get on to that stage later. I just want to show off, not show off, but I want to show the workflow that I follow when making a compound like this. So sometimes you don't get them lined up, I'll be honest. Sometimes there is not a perfect lineup. That's okay. Not everything is perfect. Okay, so you've got your door, and now let's see, what will we be greeted by? So that's how you need it. That's how I think is, what am I when I open up this door in real life? Let's say, for example, I'm living here in real life, and I'm opening up this door, and I've parked my car. What do I want to see? So there we go. Just increasing the fall off radius. Okay, now we need a house, obviously. We need to live inside of a house. Let's have a look. What house are we going to use? Let's say this guy. Let's test it out. It's a bit big, but it should work. There we go. It's going to come around, and in here we can have a little garden. The trash bags and the trash cans can be over there. Or we could do this. We can place the trash bags in their own, or trash stuff in their own little compound area. There we go. Try and line it up. Hey man, it's so skew. Alan, the best way to contact me out of stream or out of chat is probably Discord. I think I've got the Discord. So you just join the Discord. You'll find me on there. I should be online. So just type my name in the like the search bar, and then you should be able to, yeah, pop it up. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the Patreon follow as well. Thank you so much. And the photos as well. Damn, that would be very, very helpful. It has already helped a lot. Some other Ukrainians also sent me some pictures of the countryside, and I was like, damn, I didn't even know. So it's always appreciated. Thank you. There we go. Okay, so this guy, we can place our bags and these things. So pressing P, finding it, and putting this guy over there, putting this guy like so. This guy has a massive family. That's why he's got these many trash bags or bag trash bags. These many dustbins. He's got a huge family, and they're obsessed about recycling. So they recycle everything in these different stuff. Appreciate it, Alan. I appreciate it. Don't worry, you're not you're not gonna annoy me. It's fine. Okay. There we go. Okay, we just need to finish this dirt path. Bring it all the way around. So building these compounds, you could say it's a whole process of just taking one step. It's one step at a time. It's you can't jump from one step to another step to another. It's just take your time, chill, put on some lofi or whatever music you use to uh, relax, and yeah, do your thing. And if there are any beginners, double, triple check that you always save. That Control S needs to be a uh like burned into your mind. If I should say that, it needs to be second nature. Do it without knowing you do it. Gonna place some tall grass on the side, and then I'm gonna do some pebbles on the side of the road. I've now moved away from the compound, but it's still in the same, basically making everything around the compound nice. Here we go. There we go. What can be in the back here? While I think about it, I'm just gonna go on with gonna put the strength on 1, and just put down some pebbles. Like, we can start a garden over here. Let's find some inspiration. Got some trees as well. We could potentially use these trees and this shed. Shed could be in the back of this guy. Big shed. Like so, we can place a bush right there. Where do we have our bushes? Come on. There we go. Bush. Place the... It's a bit of a big bush, that. There we go. Nice. Got a bush. There we go. Create another little pathway. And you know what? Just to be nice, this guy has his children are playing outside, and he decided no, he's gonna be a nice dad and give them light. And there was light, so that they don't fall off the pathway. You know, it's this type of stuff that that you start making up whilst you're busy, or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I'm just weird. But yeah. There we go. Okay, cool. So what we can do in the back over here is we can place some sacks, or sacks, bags, sacks. That's not even the right word. Pardon myself. That's an unfortunate word. We can place down... Oh, it is sacks. Oh, damn. Look at that. We can place down a few of those, and we can place down this guy, because this dad is hard at work. Oh, you know what? We can place down these guys, like so. And he cuts the grass, he's got that, and he needs a wheelbarrow to carry these sacks around. Ha! There we go. You gotta carry these wheelbarrows around. Okay. In the back here, around this corner, we could probably... Let's just double check we don't have any chickens around here. We do. Oh. Is it a little bit of a... Is it too loud? Dorkwing. Ooh. Compressor for my mic. I think I set up a compressor for the mic. I've got the noise suppression on there. Oh, hold on. Sorry guys, I'm just checking out the compressor. Oh, it's quiet at times. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me just increase the gain. Yeah, just keep me up to date, guys. If I am quite quiet, just let me know, please. I am afraid of adding the compressor just because I haven't tested it before before stream. Next time I'll test it, and I'll be able to listen to myself as well. Gotcha. I can add one right now. It's hold on. It's actually if it keeps it at the same level, it's probably a good idea. Okay, I've added the suppression. Gotcha. I've got it at 4.1 and minus 18. Just let me know how that sounds. Just give me uno momente. I am just quickly going to that's fine, Dork, it's fine. I'm just sending a quick text real quick. Okay, so basically, guys, now what were we going to look at? I completely forgot. So yes, chickens. We've already got chickens in the back. So this guy is going to be a farming dude. He's going to have this. Oh, no, dude. Don't do that. There we go. Okay, so this guy will be a farming dude. Giving him enough space on the side. We'll place a few weeds over there. Oh my word. There is an amazing mod that needs to be created. Weed plants just down here. That'd be insane. Or in the greenhouse. But anyways, that would be interesting. I'm trying to look for these here. Here we go. Oh, these guys are sunk into the ground. Let me just quickly fix that. There we go. Okay, so we want to know where these guys are and place them inside here. So we're going to have some cabbage. And some, not potatoes, tomatoes. Everybody loves tomatoes. And this guy will also go for the, yeah, he loves tomatoes. His family is obsessed. It's a problem. They're trying to work on it. Coffee beans need to be created as well. I think I'll create that in Blender. just like a coffee bean pack or a coffee bean tree, dude, that'd be sick. And so that's the entrance. Going down like so. Creating a light path. And we'll just place down the potato plants over there on that side. These guys are floating. Snap to terrain. We just need one and duplicate. I'm gonna move them closer. Oh my word, a coffee mod that boosts your stamina. Dude, that'd be insane. And then a... Dude. Hey, stop sending me messages. Why is that coming through? Okay. Cool. So now we can start with our potatoes and pumpkins. What are these guys like? Pumpkins, Ukrainians love potatoes. I'm speaking under... Yes, leaked. I'm speaking under correction, but Ukrainians love potatoes. And the only reason why is they make the best vodka. So this man, bruh. Now that I'm streaming, every single message is coming through. Just leave me alone. I want to be alone. Okay. Ukrainians love potatoes, guys. I don't know about pumpkins though, but we'll give this guy pumpkins because he might like pumpkins. I don't know. Okay, there we go. And we're just gonna add some pebbles. There we go. Look at that. Ah, and now vegetation. We want to go to bush. Oh my word, with the new cane library. Oh, it's amazing. Cullings. This is Cullings. Guys, by the way, Cullings is amazing for camouflage. Camoing your stuff, for example, like here, bunkers and so on and so forth. I highly, 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 highly recommend you guys do this with your bunkers. It is amazing. It's fun. And man, you definitely have a lot of, you know, people going like, oh my word, I can't see a bunker. And then it's just around the corner. It's amazing, especially when it's inside of a tree line. For example, over here, got a couple in the tree line, and you just don't see them from far. You just can't see them from far. Inside of the tree line as well, there are a couple. For example, over here as well, another one. So camo your stuff. Yeah. They can see through it from the inside. You can actually see quite nicely from the inside. So yeah, dude, it's definitely something that you have to do when you create a map. Is like you have to camo your bunkers. Like you can see properly from inside without too much obstruction. And then going out, not flying away. Where am I? Over here. You've got your bunkers. So this one is in the open, just a little bit. Whoa. What the hell? Hey. I don't want to do that right now. So where's these bunkers? There's one, but where's that other one? He's around here somewhere. There we go. There he is. So yeah, you can properly see through to the other side, and you can set up your bipods as well, which is freaking insane. And yeah. So just waiting for that to load. It's all good. It's all good. It's part of the learning set. Oh, come on. It's part of the stream. You make a suggestion, and I'll be like, that's how it works. So yes, you can mount your bipods. You can do all the pretty cool stuff with that, and you're like camoed up. It's awesome. I love it. Then you've got this guy as well. Last thing, you've got this. Where is it? There it is. You got this little bunker that they've added in the Kane library. It is so much fun. So you can't really see much out of this back stuff, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna just chuck it in there, see what it's like. And it's pretty cool. Anyways, going back to potatoes and Ukrainians doing potato things because they like potatoes, because what goes great. What we're gonna do is we're gonna create a we wanted to debris. Awesome. So there is debris. Okay. So plants. There we go. That's what we want. Plants. And now we're just going to do this for a little while. Put that over there. Move this guy over here, like so. And I'm going to place this guy. Nope, I am not. There we go. So basically now you're just placing down wheats, or wheat plants. Oh, I've done that actually. I did a mayonnaise. I put a mayonnaise somewhere on the map. I can't remember where, but I remember putting down a mayonnaise somewhere. So a bottle of beer, 100%. That's a shout. This is where what's a Ukrainian name? Mr. Zelensky hides his vodka. Maybe that I should probably not use Zelensky. I don't know of any other Ukrainian name. Zaluzhny. This is where Zaluzhny hides his vodka away from his kids. It almost blends in to the background. His wife constantly asks, "What are you doing with that?" I'm from Jack. Doing well, doing well. I'm from South Africa. All the way down south. There we go. That's where he hides his vodka bottles. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Okay, now moving on to the next a few places where you want to place down some wheats. Exactly. The kids will never check by the these are dad this is dad stuff, man. You know. You know what you could do in here as well. So, guys, remember, when you create a map, it needs to be fun. So you need to enjoy yourself. That is the one thing that I would encourage people to do. But the dad needs his stuff, right? Okay. We're gonna copy this over. And place it in here. It's a disguise. This is where dad always disappears to. Actually, Mr. Jack, where are you from, kids? I haven't checked how South Africa is doing in the World Cup, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, I haven't checked, unfortunately. I'm not much of a football follower, as I am a rugby follower. But it's a log. And then we need his cigarettes and his beer. Double insulation, so the wife cannot hear him listen to his podcasts. Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town, Pretoria. I am honestly, dude. So you're South African too? Hell yeah! Another one. Let's go. Let's actually test if this actually works. Pinlargen. I am not too sure what that is. I won't lie. There we go. All right, let's test this. See if Dad's hideout works. Oh, it does. Yeah. We just need to make it a seat. We can chill and listen to the radio. Hey. Is it not? Hey. It's not doing well, guys. The radio is not doing too well. Anyways, it works. That is the most important part of it. It works. Okay. Nobody will expect coming in here seeing a lung drop. So that's great. What else will Dad have in his secret stash? A random AK-47. There it is. Rifles, AK-74. Dad's got an AK-74. As normal, you know, you just chilling right here. Boom. And you know what? Just for the giggles, an RPG. Oh man. Have you guys seen that Bosnia Instagram? This is even better than a log. That Bosnia Instagram channel. Yeah. And then we click on it and we're going to set it as active. So if anybody shoots it, it goes kaboom. Yeah, the hierarchy, that is Uncle Sam poster. Dude, I'll do that in a second. Hold on. I need to set this as active first. Mine animation, I think it's trigger. Trigger alive. There's a way of setting it up. Pressure trigger live. Oh, there we go. Is the mind live by default? Yes, it is. Okay. Testing time. Dude, yeah, no, that's a solid idea. Thank you, Dork. Hey. Okay, so the AK-47 works. Computer. It works. Let's go. Oh my word. I don't know why it keeps on opening up this, but it's fine. Indeed, it is a vehicle mine. Granddad pooped out a vehicle mine. He's enjoying his retirement, reminiscing about the good old days, as they would say. Anyways, now that that's done and dusted and fun, I'll place something else real quick here. Loaded. You never know. Ooh, oh, let's peek it out. Let's peek it out. You never know what hits you. You know, you could be in the middle of a session, and you know, a war starts, and you've got to have your RPG and your AK-47 ready. You know, you never know. And your Russian vehicle, or Ukrainian vehicle. Where is it? There we go. That's the one. But it's a little minibus. Man, I'm enjoying this way too much. No, I don't want it to carry cargo. Transport. There we go. There we go. Easy peasy. Now that that's done, we're just quickly going to continue with this because I keep on getting distracted. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to place these guys over here like so. Place a few. Just to give it a little bit more of a oh my word, I completely forgot about the ivy. I remember they added in ivy. That is insane that they did that. So yeah, you might be stuck on if you really want to go detailed and nicely like placed and so on and so forth, you might end up spending quite a significant time on one compound. That is why I say make 30 of these houses as prefabs and then just copy them around, because doing this for every single house in this area, or some of your maps that are like 10 or 15 or 20 kilometers, it'll break you. I promise you that it will burn you out. Unless you're like someone that's, you know, very dedicated and doesn't get burned out. But that, for me, that would burn me out pretty quick if I had to do that. Exactly, Dork. That is the strategy. Placing an RPG behind toilet. That is correct. You never know. You never know. It's a little Easter egg. You can even place an RPG up there. Right there. But that's for the vodka. People are going to have some nasty surprises when someone starts shooting from these bushes. Okay, that area seems good to me. I'll move on, just for the sake of everybody's mental state. We're gonna place this guy. Oh, maybe. There's a tree that I would like to use. It's a big tree. There we go. That's the big tree. It's a very big tree. So now we're just creating the garden. Trying to not make it look like it's copy and pasted. Copy and paste, but make it look like you're not copying and pasting. That is the whole idea of map making. Especially when it comes to rocks. That's trauma right there. So yeah. Here we go. Exactly, Dork. Rocks. Scary stuff. Very scary stuff. Any more like experienced map maker will had at least one nightmare of rocks. An infinite placing down of rocks. So now just doing this nicely. With these tight corners, you could add a little bush right there. Tiny bush. Like so. And then place a little bit of small bushes. What is this? Whoa. Huh. Interesting. Okay. You can place these small bushes on those areas, those tight corners. I'm gonna place a tree here with a little bit of a garden. You know what we need? We need hedges. I know, that's why we do have generators, but sometimes, just sometimes, the rocks can't always be generated, unfortunately. When you're busy with a mountainside, and you're just like, starts slowly decaying, crying. It's okay. There we go. Okay, cool. And placing this guy. You know what? We're just gonna place some white flowers there. Oh, we've got white flowers all over. Okay, we don't need these. All right. We can increase. We can put some trees over there. I want to place a tree and hedges. We really do need hedges. I'm gonna see if I can make those in Blender. Actually, pop them on the workshop. See if that actually. Cause man, hedges, but I don't think they do have hedges in Ukraine. I haven't seen any on the photos. place this bad boy over here. Okay. Now you got that tree. Gonna take this guy. Place him here. Make sure that he doesn't. Oh, he's a little bit. Just gonna play and just move on. There we go. We're gonna place this guy. Yeah, Dork, you're correct. That is true. It is true. In reality, you see, this is where mind shifting becomes. Got trees next to buildings. This is a birchwood. It's fine. It's fine. It won't break the foundation. You know. It's fine, Dork. It's fine. Okay, now we just pretend these are hedges. Scale. Dude, I am so scared of scaling. Because I just don't know. Don't know if it will break. Last time I scaled and, well, last time. The first time I came into Armor Reforger, I probably did something else wrong, but my brain keeps on telling me it's scaling. And I made a tiny map. And I scaled a lot. And goodness gracious me. I came back into the map and everything was underneath the map. I couldn't find out a way to... Now I know it's a relative Y that you just need to switch up. But damn, that was terrible. That was a terrible feeling. Scaling is... yeah. Well, Ukraine has a lot of small enclosed buildings, but they aren't all that fun to make with these limited assets we have. These in comparison are fancy backyards. That is true. That is true. They're very fancy backyards. Very, very fancy backyards. Would you see? It's granddad just or the dad of this family just works really hard, you see, to sell his stuff. That could be nice. Sorry guys, I keep on getting distracted by these could always, you know, model. That is true. Yeah, I had that issue with a different with a different game, or not a game, but a map that I played on. I was like, damn, I'm falling through these rocks. So let's see if we can do something nice over here without having us I'm gonna see if I can put it inside of the roof so that you don't see it. There we go. Yeah, that's good. There we go. Man, I am so happy they added ivy. It just completely changes the look of the compounds that you build. Dude, yeah, I know, giant cliffs. Oh my word. I know. They are, or they can be a quite a pain. Let's do this, and then what we do is we go around and duplicate this. This guy. I need smaller bushes. You know what? I might just scale. I might just scale. If everything breaks, I don't have a backup. Actually, hold on. Let me just make a backup real quick. If it breaks. It does, it does, it does. I'm telling you, right? It does. There we go. You can just keep on following. Now that I'm just gonna scale these guys too. Just a little bit more down. Because they're a bit too chunky. Cool. I appreciate it, guys. Looks picture perfect. Looks fun. Okay, cool. I appreciate it. That's what we strive for. Picture perfect. There we go. Coming in here. Boom. How does that look? Right side needs fixing. I think we're just gonna place these guys. Hold on. Uno momente. I just need to check something. I just need to close my door because it's getting real cold in here. Okay. There we go. So, Fal. Damn, Fal made the Zarishnya, Rostov, and Sarivka. Hell yeah, man. That's tops. That is tops. Man is a map maker of note. I like it. Ooh. What the? I have to say, I really do love the autumn stuff that they brought in. It's amazing. Definitely one of my favorite parts of the newest few updates was that was the map with its new features. Not features, but props. Hmm. There we go. Hold on. That is probably. I'm trying to make it as good for PvP as possible, Dork. As well as good as possible, as much as I can, if that makes any sense. What I just said. So that's what I'm trying to do. PvP will hopefully be an enjoyable experience on this map. If it's ever oh, hey, come on. There we go. Okay, so we've got a little road going through here, but also on the right side, I am not sure. I don't think I'm gonna build a road there. I'm gonna build a little in-between road connecting to this guy though. And this just changes the atmosphere as well. This little forest in the background also does make it look quite nice. Hmm. I'm just reading through the comments. And the autumn vibe, yes, the autumn vibe, fantastic. I'm a little bit behind. Sorry, guys, I was busy here with trying to figure out these things. But yeah, the autumn vibe, oh, lovely. I would, I'd love to create a map. Well, I'm gonna try and make the Greek island map just autumn based. So this one is a little bit more summer. The other one will be autumn. And then, dude, I want to. The other thing is, I want to do so many stuff, but a good winter map, like a really well done winter map. Mm. Yes, would love that. Okie dokie. I think I need to move on from this guy. It seems like he's good. I'm just gonna do a little bit of a touch here. So I'm gonna increase the size and of the brush and just do a few taps. Just tap my mouse just so that there's a few breaks in the. And you know what? Now that we can do 7 textures per, I'm going to go with Forest Deciduous, and I'm going to place it right there. So we've got some leaves. Exactly. No, I agree with you, Dork. On the maps being developed for a while, it does indeed take a while for people to notice your map if you're not connected to other people. It takes a while for them to notice your map, and second, is also keeping up with updates. And what is the other thing? Knowing what people would like when making a map. That's probably the scariest thing of all. Luckily, luckily, if I can say it so, the Ukraine war has made Ukrainian maps quite a big hit across the community. But I know Vietnam maps have been good hits. And Vietnam maps have been good hits. I haven't seen too many other than Takistan. Or not Takistan. What was it? There was a very good desert map that was like insane. I think it becomes. It starts with a K. There we go. I'm just gonna increase this to be a little bit more. Yo, Banana, what's up? How you doing? That is true. The clothes line. I just read that. That's fantastic. That's a good something I didn't think of. I appreciate it, Fal. Alrighty. There we go. So Control H, bring it back. And now a clothesline. A clothesline. I placed a clothesline in somewhere over here. G. And place the clothesline. This is where the kids play. So you don't want a kid running into a clothesline. That'd be unfortunate. So we'll place it over here. And then it gets nice sun as well. Ooh, actually. That's okay. It'll be fine. Doghouse. Oh my word. How can I forget about the doghouse? What am I gonna do? There we go. The dog's house. That's where the dog sleeps. Yeah. Can't forget about the dog. Okay. Kunar. Yes. Yes, that is the one, Kunar. Dork, you're correct with the guiding of players into a certain section. You can do that pretty well. People normally, if there's a road in real life as well, if there's a road, you'll take the road instead of going through the bush. So if you make it difficult for people, they normally gravitate to the more easy route. And you just make the easy route the attack route somehow. But it is difficult. It is definitely more complicated when you try to guide players, because I don't know, a player is an unpredictable thing. Uh, Okie dokie. Dude, yeah, no, I've had this on ages ago, before I started the well rounding of this. It looked like this, like the streets looked like this. It was it was super rough. So it was just placed down like this, and I was like, I just wanted to get it out because someone asked me, we want to put it on our servers, and I was like, okay, cool, no worries. Um, I'll quickly make something for you guys. And damn, it was probably too quick, but they did enjoy it, and it was fun watching them have a play it. And I learned a lot. If you can get one thing, I'd say, if you get a server and so they're playing on your map, if you can ask the guys to give you GM just so that you can watch people play, it gives you such a different view of your map. And you're like, oh my word, I didn't even know players would think that way, but they do. Other things are like these things, right? Build like Easter eggs into your map. These things are pretty cool. So yeah, Dork, it was with the like perfect hiding spot, sniper spot, build stuff like that. And then someone would walk past and be like, holy moly, there's a ladder in the middle of a forest. What the hell's this? So he placed down pretty Easter eggs around the map and makes it fun. But yeah, it was on the Dark Grew servers when they were still up. They used to play it on there for a while, and then I don't know, it just got taken off, and I was like, I'm gonna keep on working on it. Um, I took a break for a while, and then I said I'm gonna keep on working on it. Okay. I want to check these. So let me hold on. Let me catch up on the comments. A base mod for creating tools. The base mod, no. The only base mod that I will release is like trenches for the guys making trenches. So these are already on the workshop. These guys right here, Ukraine trenches on the workshop. You get all these different trenches. You just need to line them up properly. That's the one thing that annoyed me of these trenches is I just didn't. I wasn't. I didn't think well when I didn't think properly when I made them. So, but no. These are the trenches that you can find on the workshop and place them into your maps. It's like a base mod. Other base mods, for example, CBA, Arma 3, the base mod that I would recommend if you are going for a conflict game mode is WCS Core. That core allows you to, if it still works, the last time I used it, it was a while ago, but that core allows you to basically have a battlefield, like a conquest style game where you've got to capture one point and then you can move on to the next point and then you can conquer and then move on to the next point, even though another point is within radius or radio range of the first point that you captured. You've got to follow a path through the map to win the game. So you can do that. Advanced and secure, exactly, Dork. You're correct. Advanced and secure, like Squad. So I had that on the map when it was on the when it was on Dark Cruise servers. I had it where you advanced and secure throughout the entire map. So you do like a little zigzag and both teams meet in the middle of the map. It works really well. I'd highly recommend it. And Fal said, not Flav, sorry. Fal said it is always being worked on. WCS is a very active community member. So yeah, that's the one I would highly recommend. I'm working on a second version of these trenches. If I know I keep on talking about it, but some new people keep on coming in. So gamers, I'm working on a second version of the trenches. So low, medium, and high trenches, and then foxholes. So different types of foxholes that you can have. Like a bunker style foxhole, and then just a standing shooting thingy, and then just a taking cover one. So that is what I'm going to be working on. And yeah. And then Alan said, appreciate it, Alan. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Enjoy the grocery shopping, and I'll catch you on Discord. Okie dokie. I might have to actually clock off very soon. It is also getting pretty late here. Okay, so at least we finished one compound. We did a lot of things in between, which is, it is what it is. But hopefully it was pretty helpful for a few of you. And any of you watching, hopefully it was informative. Now I'm just quickly, I think, yeah, I'm gonna go and see if I can grab a bit of inspiration from these areas. This community, this town cares a lot about garbage disposal areas. So they've got a lot of garbage cans so that there's no garbage around. Okay, that looks pretty neat. Coming in here. I am going to hide this, and I'm just gonna uneven this this area just a little bit. These forests, if you go and take a like a for the guys that you know are near forests or stuff like that, go and take a walk, and you'll find that forests are very, very, very rarely flat. So making it a little bit uneven, even just a little bit, just gives it that extra bit of a real feel to the game. That's one thing that players definitely, when the map was on Dark Crew servers, they definitely said that this is something that at the time the maps that were at the time out lacked, because in Serifka, I remember you could look down a tree line like this and like see all the way down. So you would see a guy running to you like not miles away, but a couple of 100 meters away, and you'd be like, I know he's there. So having this inconsistency in the terrain makes it much more of a surprise when someone pops up out of nowhere. Be like, yay, damn, I didn't see you there. So yeah, amazing voice crack. Okay. Exactly. Exactly. Only we know. Only we know. They don't know what we know. And then Val. Hell yeah, man. Fel, I am so so happy and proud of you. You know, it's amazing to hear these type of things that people say, you know, started watching the videos, and I'm so happy that they actually make sense. So I appreciate you, Fel, for saying that. And man, I wish you all the best to get a job. Is it at Bohemia itself, or is it like at a different company? Like in Unreal Engine, for example, because whatever for what map making translates very well from Infusion to Unreal Engine, so, because it's very close to it in regards with movement and placing down things, and you know the detail that you spend on there is pretty much the same principle. So man, that is super exciting, Val. I am very, very, very happy for you. I really hope it works out, and that you get a job. Dude, Unity, I just downloaded Unity like a couple of weeks not a couple of weeks ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's pretty cool. I know exactly what you mean. It translates really well, and they've got a very good asset library, which is just it's amazing. I love people that make assets. You know, I love you guys. I can give you a smooch. Not really, no. Um, but I'd say, yeah, you go. I'd buy you a coffee. But yeah, it's oh man, love map making is my favorite time of the day. Yeah, that's true, Banana. The rendering from 300 meters away, that is definitely something that most, I would say most games struggle with that. Even Unreal Engine. Um, like Gray Zone struggled heavily with that a while back. So it might just be a software limitation. Now another cool thing is if you've got a generator, this is a pretty cool tip. Um, if you haven't set up yourself keys. So you go to options and you set yourself shortcuts. I would recommend you do the following shortcuts. Just to make your map making so much more faster, snapping to terrain and so on. So select parent is control 1, select children is control 2, and then snap to ground control 3, and snap to physics or snap orientation by normal is control 4. So you've got control 1, 2, 3, and 4 doing different things. So with the generator, now that I've, played around with the terrain, it's all wonky, right? You've got these floating trees, and now floating trees are a menace when you are busy making a map, because you will always find someone being like, hey man, I found a ghost, a tree ghost. He's floating. So hate these things, but this is one way of mitigating that, is pressing V, going into vector mode, and then holding down control, pressing 2 twice, selecting all of them, and then pressing control 3. So control 2 twice, and then control 3. It's so quick, it's so easy, and you just done. And you don't have to worry about any floating trees. So yeah, that is pretty fun. That is something I use constantly. And I would recommend everybody do that. There we go. Okay. So let's have a look at what these this looks like. Yeah, there we go. Got some nice nice cover. Same goes for this guy. Just gonna hide him. Paint. Foliage. Increase to 4. And just keep on going. I don't think I'm using the right one. That's the one I want to use. So I'm just leaving a little bit of grass around the sides, just for that. There's always a little bit of grass growing through, and then just to increase a little bit of the realism, there is always grass in between the twigs and the forest foliage. So you just give it a few taps, not too much. Here and there, you give it a few taps. Decrease. There you've got grass growing through the foliage. Just a few taps. It might not be noticeable, but it's okay. And then we'd got to do the sculpting. Wilson, I haven't played around with the holes, but it's pretty cool. I don't exactly know. You'd probably use it for like bunkers and stuff like that. But to be completely honest, I haven't played around with it fully. But it's an exciting tool. It's a very exciting tool. Basically, for those of you that don't know, selecting this guy, holding down Control to increase the size, just like you're painting, and then holding down Control, no, Shift, Alt. Holding down Alt turns it, green. And you can have it in a rectangle as well. And then it just removes a piece of your map. So you can place down a bunker and then easily go underneath without... this is all theory, but you can place down a bunker and here, and then basically build underneath the map, in theory. So under map tunnels and systems could potentially be real. Damn. That could be insane. Hold on. I gotta test this out. I need to see if I fall through. Yep. Okay, so in theory, guys, we can now build underground bunkers without having to dig out the entire map. We could just delete a piece of the map and build underneath the map and delete a piece over here. Oh my word. This is so cool. And let's say, for example, line it up. We don't even have to line it up. Delete. No, ChatGPT, come on, man. Leave me alone. There we go. So, in theory, A can be connected to B without digging a hole without digging a trench and then trying to fill it up with rocks and stuff. And A can be connected to B via a massive tunnel underneath the map. Interesting. That will be very interesting to see if people actually utilize that. They'll probably utilize it. That's a stupid question. But they'll probably... I hope it works like that. That could be sick. Damn. We're going to use the forbidden word, rocks. And we're going to place a few rocks in here. So Wilson, there we go. We've got the holes lone. I use the polyline tool, polyline drawing tool a lot for forests and bush lines. It helps me make less flat lines on the tree lines. That is true. That is polyline is a fantastic tool. Absolutely love it. Even if you need to make a small tree line or a small, like a tiny piece, for example, here. This is a tiny example. So you just make this, boom, done. Double check that everything is settled on the ground, snap to the ground by double tapping Control 2 and then Control 3. Boom, done. Easy. Lightweight. Now we're going to place a few rocks. Banana says, some maps are very bright, while others are very dark. Is this related to the game engine or the map creator? It depends, really depends. Map creators can make it dark or set up the lighting incorrectly and have a very, like a washed out looking map. It looks very washed out. So yeah, it's it could be the map creator, or it could be the game engine, but I don't think it would be the game engine. Um, Val said, "Beware of AI. Be aware for AI. You need to do custom nav meshes as you do for buildings, but for PvP, no issues. Just make sure that you make sure to mark your prefabs as underground. That is true. You're correct, Val. Okay. And doors are also a bit funky. Yeah, they're a little bit wonky. But it's okay. Wilson, that would be awesome. But now, sure. I don't know how bug free it is, to be honest. I just fell through the map, so technically, you should be able to build an entire bunk. You know what would be cool? In theory, I need someone to test this. In theory, you can triple your map underground. Have your map in size underground 3 times with this new feature. In theory. So you've got a hole, and then you go down to the second floor of the map. And then you've got an entire facility. And then you go down to the 3rd floor of the map until you hit the water line. Bruh. That could be sick. Bit big for, 60 players or 125 players, but hopefully they up that soon. And then we can get more people in the servers. Wilson has placed 3 kilometers of vanilla trenches on his map. That is insane. I know. I love the new trenches that they've added. It's clean. It's really clean. I do enjoy working with those ones. But placing them down, I sympathize with you. It's like placing down rocks. It's oh man, trauma. Oh. Okie dokie. Let's place down a few rocks in this tree line just to give it a little bit of an extra aliveness. A trench generator? Hell yeah. This is the way. As Val said, this is the way. Now, scaling rocks, scary business. It's a finicky business. Need to be careful of those. Okay, that should be good. Okay, unhide. Do the good old trick of Shift Control 2 and then Shift Control, or not Shift Control, but Control 2 and Control 3. And just moving them out of the rocks because trees can't grow in rocks. I'm gonna check the comments in a second, guys. You just want to hyper focus on these guys. These guys seem very good. Making sure these guys, damn, all good. There we go. Easy. And now you've got a decent looking little forest. When players walk in here, they can't see each other on the other side. And they've got a few rocks to hide behind for grenades. And a little bit of cover. Cool. Next up. Let me catch up on the comments first. Low, I got you. The shape brush tool. It is a good one to use. It is definitely a good one to use. It's I personally, I must say, honestly, I don't use it as often as I probably should. But it's definitely a very good tool to use. Wilson. Is it ChatGPT 5.5? I have actually thought about trying to use AI for like code, but I might get extinguished, like taken out by Zelek. So yeah, he's one of those scripters in our modding community, and he's like, I love him to bits. But he's like, he can see when you did something with AI, and he's like, bruh, did you just do this with AI? And I'm like, yeah. Oh man, the disappointment in that guy's voice. I love it. But I'll definitely give it a shot. Probably even Claude Code or Cursor is a good one to go for. ChatGPT 5.5. I haven't personally used that one yet. I've got the lower subscription of that one, but if you say it's very good, I'll try and give it a shot. We'll go for how long are we streaming now for? Hold on. 2 hours? Damn. Doesn't even feel like 2 hours. Time flies when you're having fun, huh? Damn it, I thought I was going to finish this entire thing. Well, I guess I'll just continue off stream. But let's do some blockouts. And then I'm probably going to have to call it a night. There we go. No. No, dude, come on. There we go. Okay, so it's rotated inwards. Reverse. Voila. And this guy, I'm just going to place in random houses. Oh my word. Another thing that can stay between us is this thing. Look at this. This is another Easter egg that can be found around the map for players. I love doing these little Easter egg thingies. This guy. Look at that. Look at that. Got the painting done and dusted. Got a couple of those around the houses. Okay, and this guy, yeah, let's go for a little bit of a wonky house. This guy's gonna have a little bit of a wonky house and a yard that's like like a yard that's a little bit all over the show. He's got stuff here, stuff there, stuff everywhere. But that makes quite nice. So let me just catch up. Wilson says, but you must use the Infusion MC. Where do you find the Infusion MCP? Because I've used the Blender MCP and for Claude, and I tested it out. It's okay. It's okay. It's not the best. And then I've used Unreal Engine's MCP. That was kind of insane. I did quite a bit with Cursor and Claude in Unreal Engine. And for Fowl actually, Unity might have a MCP. Might have an MCP. I'm not too sure. But what I did in Unreal Engine is basically the AI coded me a generator that, like what's it called? A procedural generation thingy that you place down, and you create yourself a forest with the assets that you gave it. It was pretty insane. It allowed me to create a grenade, like not by myself, everything code. It was like, create this grenade, pop it in the middle of the test field, and then the guy went. Well, I picked it up, and then I chucked it. It's like, obviously you've got to create the animations yourself, but damn, that was kind of crazy what you can do with AI these days. But Wilson, if you can show me, if you would be able to like explain or show the way you go to or get to the MCP, that would be legendary. Fal, I need to join your Discord someday. You got Discord someday. Got a lot of small things to show off and little things that can help people out, making things look fantastic on a time budget. Dude, Fal, 100%. You can, I mean, the Discord is in the chat, in the description. So just join up on there. Send me a personal DM. We can definitely have a chat. I'd look forward to that. So for these small ones, to be honest, You can probably increase it a little bit, but not too much because it's in between like urban areas. So you want to keep that like bounciness, bumpiness, bumpiness to a minimum. Okay, there we go. If I'm not speaking, it's just because I'm focusing just a teensy weensy bit. There we go. Voila. Okay. Now we need a driveway. Gonna. The nice thing is, I only have to. Well, I'd like to only make this section full, then I've got all of this and all of this section, and I want to recreate this section. Then I should have enough variations of buildings to just start copying and pasting them separately into the rest of this bottom area without having it look like it's been copied and pasted, you know what I mean? Another thing about a player is you're going to spend a lot of time making a game, like making a map. Only the guys that really care about map making are going to see the details. It's sad, but most of the guys are going to be in the middle of a firefight, be like, damn, you know? So, not that I'm saying they don't care about details, it's just very minute details are probably negligible just to save time. Gonna try and. Ooh. Could probably do this guy. Got an idea. Use this guy over here. My word, this might be perfect. It is perfect. Look at that. Damn. Just lift it up a little bit. There we go. Get your stuff. You can park your vehicle. Well, outside. Arma Battlefront. Hey man. Big B Bad Bread. Owner of Battlefront Madness. I'm using your vids to make a new Mario Pool map along with the guys who made Bakhmut. Hell yeah. Great to see you streaming if you ever want to swing by. Oh man, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Battlefront. Really do appreciate it. Big Bad Brad. It's fine, dude. Don't worry. Join the Discord, and we can link up there. I'd enjoy that. And then yeah, man, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're using the videos and that they're making sense and you're enjoying them. That's just, you know, one thing I'm very happy about. Is that they make sense. As long as they make sense, I'm not sounding like a lunatic. It's fine. Exactly. And Nta. What's up, my South African friend? Yeah, it's doing well, very well. How are you? I'm glad the QGIS has saved you a couple of hours, man, because that was a pain for me when I started, and I was like, damn, hate struggling so much with the QGIS. So I'm glad it works for you guys. And yeah, okay. So how big is the Bakhmut map? I did not know that there was a Bakhmut map out. No way. Did I use the wrong dirt here? Ten by 10. That is big. That is really big. So I want to check something real quick. Ages ago, when I just started, I made a tiny Bakhmut map. That's the one where I was saying I had issues with everything falling into the ground. And then I started this one. This map. This was like ages ago. And then I did a few other maps, and then I came back to this one. But regardless, when the map broke, I was like, I gave up on it. And then we went on, and I was like, okay, let's do a Bakhmut map, because that was at the time the Bakhmut battle was actually going on. I was like, oh, we need to get this out. And I went and I did that, and damn, my PC almost died. It was like a 25 by 25, and damn, it was mental. So Yeah, size is huge, and the console dudes at 25 by 25 for the console dudes, man, that would suck. I saw the DM. I hold on, let me check. Let me check. Damn, you got a ghillie suit? Hell yeah. That's gonna be nasty though. Oh my word, I love it. So Ntal just sent me a image of his beautiful ghillie suit. Did you make that? I know it's if you do it 1-to-1, which I try to make the map like 1-to-1, where a house is the same size as the house on in Bakhmut. Man, I think you'd have a better time now with the Kane library, because you've got apartment buildings and you can actually lean on those quite significantly. But still, it would be it would require a lot of work. Um, I would say probably a team of 3 or 4 very dedicated guys could do it in a couple of months. I actually want to check if if I still have that map. That would be insane if I do. I don't think I've got it anymore. But I'll do a check after stream without wasting your time. But I remember the map including the entirety of West Adivka, or not West Adivka, the entirety of Bakhmut, and like the eastern part, a significant part of the east of Chashivar, which is also like insane. Um, so that was pretty interesting. But yeah, the Bakhmut. I'm looking forward to you guys sending out the Bakhmut map. That's gonna be fun. The Mariupol map is 25 by 25. Insane, insane stuff. I just personally can't wait for them to up the server, the players in the servers, if they're ever gonna do it. If they can bring it up to about like 200 or something, man, that'd be sick. 68 by 68. No ways. That is insane. That is I don't know what type of supercomputer you've got to run a 68 by 68. The just if you start painting the first time, if you start painting on a map, you've got to like render the entire thing. If you if you've got like um if you start painting, then you've got to render all the, like, it has a little loading bar. For the 20 by 20 that I did, I had to wait like 10 minutes just for it to finish. A 68 by 68? No. No, thank you. Um, Val, you're right. Val, you are correct. It does, the engine does struggle very much with big maps. It's and then obviously you've got to take into account, right? The one thing I would say to people that make big maps is you've got to, firstly, you've got to put it in such a way that it's, the map is strategically placed to guide players in a certain way. Subconsciously, you're guiding the, you're making the player think subconsciously that he needs to follow this path, because big maps will, yeah, if you don't have points of contact on that map, you're going to struggle for people to enjoy it. In my personal opinion, I might be completely wrong, but big maps and only 64 people on each team normally struggle a little bit. But if your level design is well designed, um, you can definitely make a big map work. Damn, 20 by 20 Chinese map. Man's preparing for World War III. That is fantastic. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. You should post it in the Discord, in the map. What's it called? And then Alan, a buddy of mine, was. I am so sorry, dude. That is unfortunate. I am so sorry to hear that. Um. Okay, copy and paste. I think this might be the last compound that we're gonna do tonight, and then I'm just gonna do off stream, just continue off stream. Just because it's getting late, I might have to go and make myself some food, and a toilet break is very, very much needed. I might have to go to this guy's toilet, dude. If I could go to this guy's toilet, legend. One ticket solves any, like, one poo, and it solves the entire issue. Easy. Okay. Anyways, um, okay. So it's a little bit wonky. Just gonna have to fix that. If you've got any questions, just pop them in, and then we can chat about them. Oh my word. It's Turbo. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? The world is indeed healing. It is becoming one again. I just need a couple of these guys over. Man, I'm happy. Yeah, no, I'm working on Radinsk again, man. It's fun. I'm enjoying it again. To say the least. Let's move this guy out just a tad bit. Hey. Dude, uncheck. Bruh. Some people it's yeah, no, I haven't. I might have that effect. You never know. You never know. You know, could be a person that falls asleep. But you're welcome to. You know, like Ranger said on one of the videos. I think he commented. It was like, "Could you just read me a story?" I was like, "Yeah, sure thing." No, no, I didn't. There we go. This guy hasn't taken his trash out in decades. He might be dead. He might have sat on a landmine. We never know. Kitty said it. I don't think I have. I think only Turbo is allowed to have that type of effect on Kitty. Turbo has that effect on me, to be honest. Damn, man could read me a bedtime story and I'll be happy. Man, I wish I could play you guys like music or stuff. I don't know. I just don't want to get copyright striked. You're just gonna have to do that part yourself. Fennec. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. That's my bad. Is there a way to set the height of the flattening tool automatically to the height of the area your cursor is currently hovering over? Not as far as I'm aware. what I do to get it as close as possible is to increase the fall off to the maximum 100. Then you've got this little circle, right? Holding down control, then you've got the two circles, right? Now I'm going to try and match these circles. So the top circle, the lighter highlighted circle, is where the terrain is, obviously, and then the bottom one is where the terrain will be when you left click. So you're just trying to align it as perfectly, holding down shift. So you're just trying to align it as good as possible, like for example there, and then you'll see, and then you just start painting like that. Not as far as I don't know if there's a way to set the height to the, it would be cool if they had like a snap to height. That would be cool. Oh my word, space. Wilson comes with the, you learn something new every single day. So it seems like you're doing average height of the area. Okay, so it's spacebar. Spacebar is working. Wilson, what a legend. Man, I am so happy I know that now. Thank you. Exactly. Learning from each other, that's the best community way of life. No gatekeeping, just learning from each other. That is the way. Here we go. Now you can do like let's have inspiration time. Yes. Very dirty place. Could have like this. And paste this guy. Nope. This guy. There we go. Huh. Okay, so let me quickly read comments. Fennec, turning the fall off to 100 was a great tip too. Basically, yeah. That's basically the way to see the difference between the two. That is true, Wilson. See a problem, try and fix it. That is the way. Okay. We can have a bunch of garbage stacked over there, and underneath here we can have random stuff. Garbage. Wooden stuff. Cardboard boxes. Perfect. Oh, where were we? No, these boxes are gonna be wet. We don't want that. Well, we don't have any boxes that are damaged. So we're just gonna do it like this. And then we need these. And then we can go on to these two. Those. Alan, need Nova Posta labels for the boxes and a model of a postomat. Would make it 100% Ukrainian. Hell yeah. I Might take you up on that. We're chasing. Well, it's not going to be authentic because I don't think towns in Ukraine look like this. But um, we are trying to do our best with the assets that we have. Because I looked into how much how much time it would actually take to create broken and destroyed buildings and so on and that. Goodness gracious me, it will take ages. So I'm content with what we have. We need a not enough potholes, man. I know. South Africa's got their own pothole problem, man. You disappear. A little Fiat would disappear in our type of potholes. I know what you mean. Like if you don't concentrate, and you will lose a wheel. And a pickup truck. Damn, those guys. Normally in a pickup truck you're fine. What am I looking for? But in South Africa, if you hit a pothole, goodbye. It's a goodbye situation. There we go. Okay. I need to move on. Cool. We got that. Now we just. This guy's got like a lot of overgrown. Uh. Why can I not speak? Grass. Lots of overgrown grass. He does a little bit of, chopping around the sides, but he's just like, I can't be asked. I don't have a lawnmower, so he just chops the side with a little scissor. Poor guy. We're gonna add some of these. Guys, any questions? Let them rip. I mean, we can talk, or we can just sit in silence. I don't mind either. Grass 1, we don't want grass 1. There we go. Okay, so now we just need to do the sides. I'm just going to use a polyline for this, just to speed up the workflow just a little bit quicker for this large open space that we need. I'm going to use Hornbeam. So Hornbeam 1 is it's like the difference is like tiny between them. But what I find is Hornbeam 3 is tiny trees. Hornbeam 2 is like medium trees. Hornbeam 1 is like bigger version of the trees, and everything's scaled up just a tad bit more. Now I could technically have used the object brush. Technically, this actually would have been perfect for the object brush, but it's okay. This seems to be doing the job. I'm just gonna open it up a bit. And now we paint. A cool thing is when you press F9, you can see where you painted. Which is pretty cool. See the different colors. I'm gonna place a bit of it over here, just because I will be placing a few trees over here. Dude, this autumn is really sick. There we go. Almost finished. There we go. Sorted. Almost sorted. We just need to double check that these don't shine through the wall, because that breaks immersion. Breaks immersion. Awesome. Okay, cool. Oh yeah. What we can do over there, final touch, final touch, and then I've got to, unfortunately, love yous and leave yous. There we go. We can just place a few ripped up boxes. And then inside of here as well, we can just place a few. Okay. Cool. Like so. We can put in generic. Could probably add in like beer bottles and stuff like this, which wasn't textured properly, but it's okay. Oh well, that's fine. Cool. I do want to, however, do this. Le voilà. Nope. Lighter. That's much better. Get the cigars, cigars, cigarettes, and so on and so forth. Alrighty, that is pretty much it for today's stream, because we've been up quite a while. Last question. Appreciate it, Alan. Really do appreciate it. I'm trying. I'm glad it looks spectacular. World bounds. World bounds have been was an issue a while back. As far as I'm aware, they fixed the world bound issue. But the nice thing about this is this is a 5x5 kilometer map. Very tiny map. But it's what makes it nice is I don't struggle very I don't easily struggle with world bound. So when everybody way back when everybody struggled with the world bound issues, this map was fine because it was a 5x5. I don't know why exactly, but it wasn't an issue for me. But once I went over 5, then I hit the wall. So yeah, world bounds can be an issue. The other thing, quick, if there are people that are new and you would like to see across the entire map, normally you won't be able to see across the entire map. You just see like you'll see something like this, for example, like this, right? So do exactly what I did. Go to camera and increase your far plane to something like ridiculous, like 20,000. And you should be a-okay. Righty, guys. That's pretty much it for today. I'll be going on with this off stream. Your world bounds shifted? That is strange. You should be able to. Did you play with it in the? So these guys shifted. Strange. Mine is also weird. It's supposed to be. Play around with these guys. Otherwise, if you're still struggling with the world bounds, I've got a video up, which should be. I'm not making any promises, but it should be still up to date. If it isn't up to date, then there should be another workaround. But anyways, go and check that one out. It's like world-bound issues or something like that. Hold on, let me show you where to find that guy. There it is. So basically, all you want to do is just want to check this guy out right here. Fixing the invisible wall in Infusion. That shifts your boundaries. I think it's just this one that I did about the invisible wall. Yeah, that's the only one I did about the... Oh man, what the hell? There we go. Okay. Hopefully I answered the That's interesting. Why I changed it to the middle of the map. I'm not too sure why I did that. They did apparently fix it. Just check out that video, see if it works for you. Before you make it, before you do anything, please make a backup. That is important, to make a backup. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support and chatting throughout the stream. It was fun. It was exciting. I hope you learned something. I definitely learned a few things, especially spacebar with your flattening tool. That was a legendary tip. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be streaming more often these days. I've got a lot more time on my hands. I want to get back into it. I want to finish this map and get on with the what's it called? Greek map, which is the one I've streamed, which is the first or the second stream that I did. So if you want to go and see the size of that map, go and check out that stream because it's huge. I can't remember how big it is, but it's huge. Anyways, thank you so much. Have a good evening, and like and subscribe for more. Take care, guys. Good night.